Shalom, Israel. This is Yermiyah. YOSHSHAALIA. Benyahrael, and this is Real Talk. This is part 2. I just uploaded the video. It was 12 minutes, and once I was working on my heart to get into some more details of this preparedness. A lot of our people are not ready for what's going to come. And as we read the scriptures, and we look at our forefathers and the other people who were on the earth, when I say the other people that was on the earth, I'm talking about before the first flood. Before the first flood, they were not preparing themselves. Noah was building an ark for 120 years, preparing for a day that, at that time, that old world wasn't ready for. They had no clue or could conceive the things that was going to come on the earth at that time. They didn't know anything about no rain falling from the sky, because at that time, rain never fell on the earth. It came from the ground. Water came up from the ground to replenish the earth and to vitalize the earth with water. It never rained on the earth up until that point when it rained for the first time. So most people at that time of the old world saw Noah and his sons and his daughter-in-laws and his Isha preparing, building this great giant, whatever they probably thought it was, ship. In their mind, they probably was like, well, what is Noah doing? Why is Noah building this big old ship? For what reason? There's no rain on fall on the earth, and I'm sure they knew exactly why he was building this ship. I'm sure they asked questions, because think about it. We talking about people of color. We talking about if there was any Caucasians around during that time, nosy people. You know, if you were in the house and you look outside your window and you see something going on, you jump on the phone and call your girlfriend. Girl, did you see what's going on outside the house? You see them over there doing that? Anything that goes on, our people or any people tend to direct their eyes towards and then gossip and send it along. So I'm sure they were gossiping like crazy when Noah was building that ark. Because he was laughing at Noah. And at the same time, they wasn't paying Noah no mind. And that's the same way right now. Even though the government shut down today at 12 o'clock, midnight, the whole world ain't worried about it. This whole country ain't worried about it. But the other people in other nations are concerned about what's going on here. And I guarantee they are. China is concerned because China holds a lot of markers of the United States. We owe China money. So China is concerned. The Japanese are concerned. But most of our people here are not concerned. Those are the nation of Israel. Today, to them, is everyday process of going to work, being involved in gossip, being involved in stupidity, thinking about what place I'm going to go get my nails done, my hair done, where I'm going to get my hair cut at, what new sneakers came out, what new cell phone, because that's how we are. We're a bunch of children. While the rest of the world is looking at what's going on with the United States and the economy, we are not preparing the way that we should be prepared, because we are a bunch of lazy people. And until the water get up to our necks, we don't realize we're drowning. Until that water reach up to your neck, you're not going to realize you're drowning. And how I know this, and why do I say this? I saw a documentary dealing with Katrina. And they already knew through the newscast that it was going to be a storm. Most people decided to stay and ride it out. They didn't care about it. Actually, it was a young woman and her man who videotaped the whole thing. It's called Deep in the Water, or Way in the Water. It's a documentary called Way in the Water, I believe it was called. And she saw her uncle that day. He was out getting drunk. And went home, he fell asleep on the steps outside while the storm was going on. Then somebody woke him up and he went home. And that's where they found his body at, inside the house, dead. When the water receded, his body was right there in the house, dead. He had died. His niece went in there, opened the door, smelled the smell, knew that he was dead from the smell. He never made it out because he did not take heed to the warning sign. And that's what's wrong with Israel right now. We do not take heed to the horns that are being blown. The shofar is being blown. And most of our people are still living in lava land. They think about all the things they're going to gather, all the things I'm going to get from my house, all the things I'm going to get, my clothes, my hair done, my nails, my car, all these things, and they're not prepared for the day of the wrath of Yahweh through his son, Yahushua. Do you think that he's not going to repay back sin? Do you think that he's not going to repay back his name being polluted? Let me read to you just out of Isaiah, and this is one of my favorite books, that's why I'm always reading out of Isaiah. Let me read to you out of Isaiah what he said concerning his name. Most people know where I'm going at. Isaiah chapter 48, verse 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. For my own sake, even for my own sake, will I do it. For how should my name be polluted? So he said that for my own sake, I'm going to refine Israel for my own sake. Because how should my name be polluted? So when Israel is out here doing what they're doing, whenever we act up, look like clowns, look like fools, his name is being polluted because we are his people, we are his inheritance. So that means that he's not happy. And then everybody laughing at us, so when they laugh at us, they laugh at him. I think that you need to really understand something of who you are. I think you really need to grasp and understand something. See, I don't go with you all the other scriptures. I go with the fundamentals. Deuteronomy chapter 4. When he says in Deuteronomy chapter 4 that all these other nations, I gave the sun, the moon, the stars as an inheritance for them to worship. But Israel is my inheritance. So we're supposed to worship him. So I don't think we understand who we belong to, because if we did, we would act accordingly. We belong to him. We belong to Yasha. We belong to Yahusha. We was given to him by Almighty Yahweh, Yahuwah, Almighty Abba. We was given to his son as an inheritance. So he gave, and the Father don't need no inheritance. He owns everything. Even Yahusha belongs to him. So he don't need an inheritance. So when you read in Deuteronomy chapter 4, and when he says that, let's see, verse 20. But the master hath taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people of inheritance as ye are this day. The Father don't need an inheritance. Everything belongs to him, even Yahusha. Who is the one that's going to inherit? Who is the one that's going to have a kingdom? Daniel. The book of Daniel tells you about who is going to inherit something on this earth. Who's going to inherit a kingdom? So you have to understand something when you read these scriptures. We are not allowed to do exactly what we want to do. The book of Daniel, chapter 7, I'm going to start at verse 11. I behold then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and given to the burning flame. As concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season. I, in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man, which you know is Yahusha, came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, which you know is the Father. And they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion, and glory, and a kingdom. And all people, nations, and languages shall serve him. His dominion is everlasting dominion. So here's the one that's been given a dominion, an inheritance, a kingdom. And we are heirs with him as the sons of Yah and daughters of Yah. And we are covered by the blood of the Messiah, the Mashiach. We are covered and we become heirs with him to rule inside of his kingdom that he shall set up on earth in Jerusalem for 1,000 years. So we belong to Yahusha. We was given to him as an inheritance out of all the people on the earth. We cannot conduct ourselves any kind of way we want to. We were bought with a price, and the price that was paid for us to be redeemed was the blood of the Lamb. So we have to understand, he's telling us right now to wake up, Israel. Wake up, understand that it's time for you to prepare yourself to get into the ark, because I'm about to flood the earth. I'm about to shut everything down. The United States get shut down, and if they would have stopped SSI today, this whole country would have been in an uproar. If nobody would have got their checks today, it would have been an uproar. Barack Obama with his health care, he want to put people in a position who can afford affordable health care to take the chip, the RFID chipping under Barack Care. And it's already been passed, he already got it in, already been voted in, so it's already in it. There's nothing you can do about it now to stop it. It's already in. Congress didn't pass any bills today, and the government shut down. They tell you they can do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do it. And who are you to stop it? You can't stop nothing. So therefore, that means you need to prepare yourself to enter into the ark. This country is done. Like I said in the last video, you had a woman who was a model for Magnum magazine. She has done movies, and yet she was a spy for Russia. It was on the news today. She was a spy for Russia, along with 7 other or 8 other people, giving secrets from here to Russia. People that work in the government in this country have sold out because they see where this country is going, and they're dealing with Mother Russia. Where did it come from? Where did the European come from? They came from the Caucasus Mountains and Georgia, Russia. So they selling out to Russia. That's where they come from. They came from the Caucasus Mountains up there in Georgia, Russia. That's where they come from. So they selling out. This is on the news today. Most people probably didn't even see it because they're too busy watching real life housewives and all kinds of things that make you laugh. That's all Israel care about is laughing. That's all they care about. These are the same ones that's going to get killed out here. And their children are going to be slaughtered out here. Because all you do is entertain yourself. You don't learn nothing. You don't study nothing to better yourself or prepare yourself. How many people right now, as the lights went off, will know how to survive? To even plant a seed in the ground. Know what type of soil, which one is topsoil, which one, how to turn the soil over, how to get the riches of the soil, how to even know whether or not if the water you drinking is polluted. Most people don't know none of these things. You know why? They can care less because they've been on the tip of the government so long that they don't know how to prepare themselves for nothing. Nothing. Man or woman. And you can't just, and sisters can't say, well, my Ish should know this. Most of these Ishs were raised by women who didn't know it. Who will teach these men if the women didn't know it that was raising these children? How do you know? Because they're a man, you automatically assume they're supposed to know how to farm, how to hunt, how to fish. Because they're males, they have to be taught. Everybody has to learn. I hear a lot of sisters say, well, you a man, you supposed to do this. If he was raised by a woman, and she don't know anything about herbs, she don't know how to farm, she don't know how to, and most women today, a lot of men know how to cook. So, what is this young man supposed to learn? And then he gets a family, if something happens, you supposed to protect me, you supposed to know how to do all these things. How is that possible when he's never been taught? So, the burden falls on everybody. Each one teach one. But most people don't want to learn this because they don't think that they're going to use it. And that's why they're going to be just like the people who were laughing at Noah. They're going to drown like rats. When all this come upon Israel, the wrath of the Most High, as he spoke about in the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, he said that you better be meek, you better be humble, because I'm coming with fierceness and wrath. Maybe you might be hid in the day of my wrath if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing for me. So those who are not keeping Torah, those who are not living Torah and doing all kind of other stuff, they're not going to be hid in the day of his wrath. Those who are not assembling themselves with like-minded Hebrews, and I tell you, it's a warning sign. All these old prophecies in the Bible are warning. Most people are not paying attention to them. Zephaniah chapter 2. I'm going to read from the very beginning. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. He's telling Israel, gather yourselves together before the decree, bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the master come upon you, before the day of the master's anger come upon you. Seek ye the master, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the master's anger. The book of Zephaniah is telling you about what's going to happen in the end time. The book of Zechariah, the book of Hosea and Amos, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Haggai, all these books that's in here, Malachi, is telling you to prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves for his day of his wrath. Most people ain't preparing themselves for nothing. They preparing themselves to go do as they always did, every day, same thing, not being prepared. I guarantee you, if you take 40 million Hebrews in this country, so-called African Americans, and you go throughout their households, you won't find them having any type of nothing stored up for any type of disaster. But I guarantee you'll find them have a car parked outside that with 24 and 26 rims on them. I guarantee you'll find them with their hair, with those weaves and their nails done. I guarantee you found with the brand new Jordans on their feet and their children as well. But you won't find their cupboards full with emergency supplies. You won't find their bookshelves full of books on herbal medicines and how to grow crops. I guarantee you look on their computer, you see that they haven't been doing any research on how to build greenhouses or how to fish, or how to hunt, or how to build weapons, how to protect themselves. None of these things. Because we are a bunch of children. All we care about is laughing and joking and playing. And the Most High is not playing at all. These other nations that we have around us are not playing at all. That's why they got more than us. Because we spend so much time laughing and joking and playing, they rose up above us. We don't even take care of our children properly. Their children run around the streets dropping it like it's hot. Girls on girls, little teenage girls on girls, boys on boys. And we don't even know where they at the time. We're too busy in the house on the phone gossiping and talking. Our children running around doing all kind of crazy stuff. We are a bunch of children. What happened to the great race of Israel? But guess what? Those who don't be prepared are going to drown like rats. So we don't know what's going to be left of the great race of Israel. We're going to see what's left with the great race of Israel. Because what's going to be left? Those who gather themselves together, those who are participating on a conference call Sunday, know what time it is. They know how to get themselves prepared, how to make money. Those who do not participate didn't participate because it wasn't on their mind to listen to knowledge. They was involved in something else. I put the information out. I keep on saying this because I looked at how many people actually were on that conference call, and it makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. And this tells me that Israel is not concerned with taking care of themselves. There's other things that is more important than learning how to be self-sufficient. You really don't understand that this government is going to be done and over with in a little while. That your jobs are not going to mean anything. The dollar has nothing to back it. It's a piece of paper that you can use to wipe your behind. And once these other countries stop allowing the United States to bully them and say we're not going to use your currency no more, that's it. It's a wrap. The only reason why the dollar is still able to do what it's doing is because these smaller countries are being bullied and they're afraid. But once somebody steps in, like China did and went over Africa, like Omar Gaddafi tried to do, but they killed him. But once somebody actually connect these other countries who deal with United States currency and being bullied and give a currency for them, it's a wrap. That can be the day of tomorrow. China can do it. The Japanese can do it. Russia can do it. Iran can do it. Iran is not a small country. They are very wealthy. India just gave Iran billions of dollars in gold about maybe a year ago for their oil. So anybody can step up and unite these other countries that's under the foot of the United States and relieve them of that, and this dollar will fall. China can call in their markets any day and say to the United States, no, we want our gold. We don't want your paper no more. And that's all it is, a promissory note. So our people sitting around, I don't know what we're thinking. I don't know what's going on. All I know is this. You better get yourselves prepared. Because whenever they shut down the government like this, they're telling you that they got more control than you think. They're telling you we can do whatever we want when we want to do it. Why do you think these FEMA camps, these concentration camps are fully operational? Why do you think they're coming up with the RFID chipping? Why do you think the government shut down? They let you know a new regime is coming. A new world order is coming. It's already here. They're showing you. They're flexing their muscles. So Israel got to say, okay, well, it's time for us to, get into this ark. Nothing should be more important than preparing to enter into this ark. Nothing should be more important than that. Nothing should be on your mind other than how I need to prepare, what I need to do, what I need to learn. But see, Israel is the type of people who like to play around with time. And I already know that a lot of people want to just give into the government. They're just going to sell out. I know a lot of people won't do it because they don't have the spirit to fight. They just want to sell out. They don't say take that chip, they're going to put it right in their arm quickly. Because when they look at the alternative of not taking it, they're going to take it. They can talk all that, tough Tony stuff all day long. But when it comes down to it, when you got somebody telling you better do it, you ain't going to be able to eat, feed your kids, people going to take it. You put yourself in that situation when you don't prepare yourself. I can go out in the woods right now and live. I know how to hunt. I know how to build shelter. I know how to grab the water from moss. I know how to irrigate water from a river without even having pipes. I know how to build the greenhouses. I know how to do things that would let me live a long time out there without anybody else's help. I can do these things because I took time to learn these things. The Most High put it in my heart and on my spirit. If He did not put it in my heart and my spirit, I wouldn't know. As I said before, I was raised in the city. He directed me towards a farm. He directed me towards coming down south. He told me what to do, and I followed right behind what He told me to do, and now I have these things. He directed me towards people that can help me and show me things. I'm a student. Anybody got something to show me something to teach me how to better myself, you best believe my ears on. I'm not too proud, and I'm not proud at all. Because pride comes right before a fall. And that's what's wrong with a lot of Hebrews. They got too much pride to listen. Somebody say something to them, they get offended, like a bunch of punks, bunch of wuss. Somebody say something to me and give me open rebuke about what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, it might be a hard pill to swallow, but at the end of the day, if I'm true, and I really want to live and learn, I want to examine what they say. Because I'm into bettering myself for the sake of the Most High to honor Him. I've been honoring myself all my life. It's time to honor Him. So He don't be ashamed. So I don't pollute His name. I don't want to be under His wrath. I don't think Israel understands that by us being Hebrews, we have a higher calling. We can't walk around doing anything we want to do. We can't let people see everything that we're doing that's outside of our people, because we are being looked upon as the children of Yah. They look at us, and whatever we do, they say, look at His children. And everyone look at Him, the great Yah who destroyed Egypt. Now look at Him, look at His children. He's delivering them out of Egypt, did all these things for them, chose them as His chosen people, and look how they are now. Drug addicts, alcoholics, whores, pimps, whoremongers. Don't raise their kids. Walk around looking like a bunch of clowns with all these different colors in their hair, pants sagging off their behind. And that's how His name is being polluted. Because we don't put on our royal guard. We walk around looking like anything. Now that we have awoken, for those who are awoken, we got to teach other people. Our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, and brothers. We can't sit around no more. But once we do our job, at the same time, we ought to be preparing to enter into the ark. So, Israel, this is part 2. And I'm saying, the shofar is being blown. The horn is being blown. The watchmen are blowing and telling you, prepare yourself. I guarantee you, what you saw today happen in the government is just the tip of the iceberg. And speaking of icebergs, they are melting at an alarming rate. Alaska had 86 and 96 degree weather. The birth pains are more and more frequent. Pakistan just had an earthquake too, and a whole island has been formed from those earthquakes. Came up out the sea, now there's an island sitting out there. Is this what the scripture describes as man gonna walk across dry land back into Jerusalem? So more islands gonna pop up to come together to form a dry land in the sea? I mean, what I'm saying to you is, the scripture says that we are going to make our way, some of us going to make our way from the islands back to Jerusalem on dry land. So they're going to dry up the seas. So what I'm saying to you is, Pakistan just had 2 earthquakes, and they got a new island just been formed in the middle of the Pakistani Sea. I'm saying is you need to keep your eyes on what's going on out here. We're in the last days and times. This time's of Noah. But he said that. It's like the time of Noah, so shall it be with the Father when the Messiah returned. They was eating and drinking, going in and out of marriages up until the flood came. Israel, you better understand about your ancestors. How did y'all cope with their pants down? When that bridegroom come, the virgin Israel, better be ready. And the reason why he called us the virgins, the 10 virgins, is because that's how we got to be, born again, through the Spirit. And when you're born again, all your sins before are passed away. So you are new, like a new baby, desiring milk. So you're a virgin. Spiritually, it's better than physically. You ever listen to Yermiyah, YOSHSHAALIA, Benyahrael, and this is real talk. Love you, Israel. Get yourself prepared. You ain't got it. Like I said to you, sisters, if you don't have an each, don't worry about that. The Most High will build you up a man that will come and get you. When you ready, but you have to be ready for this each. You better be ready for your each, because when the time comes, he's going to be ready to lead you out. You got to be ready to be led. You got to let that Jezebel spirit go. For you Ishas, you brothers, you ox, you need to allow the Most High to guide your spirit and learn how to take care of your family out there in the wilderness. To learn how to gather with other ox and learn to work together for the betterment of the body of the nation of Israel. Stop walking around here with all this pride and, oh, I think I know more than the other one, or I can teach better than the other one. Man, nobody care about none of that. We care about survival. It's about basic survival skills. All I want to know is, I don't want to know how well you can speak Hebrew, how well you can fish, how well you can hunt, how well you can grow some crops. That's what I want to know. I don't care about how well you can speak some Hebrew and you can break down some ancient things, because the Spirit going to lead us to all truth and all things. And everything that we don't know, He will give back to us. So I'm not concerned about none of that. I know I'm Hebrew, that's enough for me. I know the scriptures and the Ruach teaches me, that's enough for me. I don't need the rest of that. Because He will give us a pure language. And all this getting caught up in all this, who's speaking the correct language and all this stuff and all these things, man, nobody care about that. We got to make it to one point to another. We got to survive. And if we live in the way we're supposed to be living, right and righteously, then the Ruach will give us more and more information as time goes on. But until then, with all this bickering, all this is doing is causing a division. Not a gathering, but a division, a separation. All because these ox got pride. All because these Codis don't want their husbands to have more than one wife. All this is causing division. You won't be around next year. You won't be around next year. Because you're not participating in building, you are participating in destroying. Because that's your mindset, your selfishness. Ox, you need to be teaching and learning to work together amongst other ox. Codis, you need to learn how to be system-wise. Because that's going to be what's going to make it into the kingdom, whether you like it or not. Ox not going to be going against each other thinking they're better than each other. They're going to be walking in harmony. Sisters ain't going to be going against each other thinking that, my husband ain't got no other wife. They're going to be walking in harmony, right on with this sister wife, because they have enough sisters, none of that stuff matters. I'm going into the kingdom and have everlasting life. People think on earthly terms and earthly ways because they are earthly and they walk in the flesh. When you walk in the Spirit, you understand these things do not matter to you. What matters to you is a betterment of bringing honor to the Most High and bringing glory back to the nation of Israel, to get out of that filth that we've been in, and the proverbs and the bywords that have been called to us, to get our honor back. But to give honor to the Father and the Son first, then to the nation of Israel. Because I love the Father and the Son more than I love the nation of Israel, and I love Israel. So wake up. Pull your boots up. Shalom. You have been warned one more time.